Okay, let's go ahead and get this party going. And by party, I mean, what is going on with my skill bar? What's going on with my skill bar, as I try to make sure everything's in position, is that I captured a couple of skills last mission. And now my skill bar is a mess. So that's fun. Let's get this thing fixed. So this mission is... Oh. Excuse me. I wanted to go capture a skill in this mission, and then I discovered I am out of... You know what? I probably am out of skill trainer here, too. Whatever. Let's just grab, like, 5 plat. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I forgot that I didn't have a skill trainer at my guild hall is what the real secret is. Okay. There's Dak. I need to pick up more signets of capture. I'm going to do that. Thank you. Okay, where was I? Yes, I am going to go and capture a restore condition, which is potentially available as part of, or along the way of trying to do the bonus for this particular mission. Grab Blessed Light, and what am I going to want here otherwise? It's a good question. It's a good question, Self. What other skill could I want here that I should bring? Maybe Extinguish. I'm going to bring Extinguish. There's going to be lava about. That's going to help. Yeah, this is fine for now. I'm definitely going to be changing the skill bar around in the next mission. I'm probably going to be bringing her because I really want this. Something about 50 additional armor against elemental damage is going to really help when there's friggin' fire everywhere. Yeah, I like what she's doing well enough. I'm not sure I'm letting Shroud of Distress do its business, though. I might be able to put something more useful than that in that spot. So I'm going to think about this for a second. Yeah, actually, Way of Perfection is probably more useful. I'm going to just drop that on. I'm okay with him continuing to do Unyielding Aura. But I think I might just switch him back to Healing Burst. General Morgan is fine and useful. I kind of like what Zed's doing, so I'm going to just keep him going too. I really like Blessed Light. It's very nice and versatile. Okay, I think I'm going to be happy with this. I just have the 2 missions here, yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and enter this mission. Nothing like Abaddon's mouth. Yeah, this is just the mission outpost. We're just outside of it. These maps are quite ridiculously huge. As a random aside. The Onyx Gate guards the main passageway into Abaddon's mouth. Yeah, so he gives us Chimera of Intensity that makes our spells recharge faster and cost less energy, which and increases our movement speed by 50%, all of which is fantastic and gives you a wonderful sense of energy going into this. Yeah, I meant to hit 5 and I hit 4, but that's okay. So the idea here is that we're breaking into the Mersat strongholds. We've kind of gotten in through the front door, and now this is kind of the main fortress. And we are taking it down. Also, there's another seer here, or the same seer, presumably. So if we wanted to, I could get more stuff infused. That may or may not happen, depending upon how things go. What is happening to you, Dunkoro? No, seriously, what is happening to you? Life transfer, I see. There's a lot of extra stuff here that we don't necessarily need to take down. There's just a lot of Mersat right here at the entrance, so... It's weird. On the one hand, I don't necessarily like how loud the battle music is in Nightfall and Eye of the North. On the other hand, I kind of miss having battle music. I don't know if these guys are going to be a problem or not, so I'm just going to take them down. The Chimera of Intensity is already worn off, which is fine. Darkstone chest doesn't... I don't have a key or a lockpick, so I don't need Dunkor open right now. So the bonus requires me to escort an NPC, or... Let me rephrase that. The bonus requires an NPC to be able to get all the way to a specific location unscathed. Now, in order to do that successfully, most easily, I can clear the path for this NPC. The NPC is down that way, through that ether seal. I'm not going to go free the NPC entirely just yet, but I am going to, because I want to clear the path first. Don't know why the encoding gets overloaded like that. Oh well. Doesn't happen often, I don't think, so. Anyway. I want to clear out, like I was saying, some of the, let's not go over there. I want to clear out a lot of the other enemies between here and there. Just try to play it safe. It'll take a bit longer, but I would rather increase the likelihoods and the odds of success, shall we say. Ooh. A bunch of glittering dust. Locked away in some Rasat tokens, but you know, that's what it contains. And then I do kind of want to clear up these jade bows. Let's not worry about it. I don't want to potentially aggro stuff down that way. I'll worry about some of that stuff later. Let's go ahead and just clear out the rest of this. And this section... Who do we have down there? Mercia the Smug and Willia the Unpleasant. There's randomized spawns for the various Mersat bosses, so... Yeah, it's good old Invoke Lightnings. Let's get this Ether Seal taken down, shall we? Ah, looks like it might have gotten mistrusted. Excellent. Kind of wish I had a mini market protection equivalent. Oh well. This monk boss is almost dead already. Fascinating. Yeah. Here you are, in my... Whoa. The heck is she getting hit by? That's draining her health like that. E-Surge, maybe? Not quite sure. Seems pretty unreasonable, but... Oh, maybe it's an accidental R-Spike. Definitely feels weirdly potent. Like, the heroes should be functioning as infused. It doesn't actually say it on their armor, but I don't know if their infused status is the same as yours or how that works. But that shouldn't be it. Yeah, that was a chain lightning. Okay, we've broken that seal, so that's the important next step. Where's this cane? Oh, okay, just over there on the floor. Yeah, they have a very high level E-Surge, so that's probably... the Razah bosses are fairly high level. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I need to go clear out this next section. Okay. Up here, and then I need to go see the Mago Hydra and stuff. I need to go off that direction, I think. Wait, at least... I want to make a little bit of a push inside here. Well, I have the Chimera of Intensity and all. I'd like to clear some of this stuff up, so... It'd be a lot easier to figure out exactly where my navigational path was if I friggin' had a functional map, but my map is mostly fogged over, as you may see. So I'll be uncovering some of that as I go here. And then I do want to try to take these guys out. I need to figure out other damage mitigants that I have. I feel like I could stand to have some stronger options employed. Sarlacc the Judge. Okay, do I... Yeah, I think I need to turn off back this way. Yeah, okay, whatever. That Emersat Monk was just about dead anyway. Okay, now our Chimera of Intensity is ended, so it doesn't really matter. Or, by which I mean I don't need to try to take advantage of it. I think it's down this way that I need to go, though. Towards this Flesh Golem and Mago Hydra and stuff. These Hydras you have to be careful of, because they use a lot of nasty stuff. They'll drop meteor showers and things, so I want to be careful about them. Okay. I'm not too worried about the Flesh Golems. It's mostly the Hydras that are the big concern to me. Just, they're fire elementalists, so they can wreck you out of nowhere if you're not careful. Wading through the lava, da 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 da. Extinguishing everyone for heals. Okay, so I'm gonna go poke my nose over this direction. You can see the boat that we arrived on over there randomly. I just want to clear out a lot of the enemies here on this map. Well, let's not have Lingering Curse on me, shall we? Heh. I think she just dazed this guy. He ain't doing nothing. So I think this was one of the possible spawn locations. Boat's just kind of out there in the middle of the water. There's a bit of flavor, isn't it? So right now, my first goal is to just kind of clear out this section of the map a little bit. And I mean that in both the of enemies and of fog sense. So that way I can compare it to the map with guidance on it. That's on the wiki. That way I can figure out where things are. It's kind of hard to do that when your map is all fogged over, so... Soul Leech I'd prefer not to have on anyone, although it's easy enough to remove my very quick recharging hex removal spell. I see you over there. I see you conspiring to Chillblains us. Don't think I don't. The other thing that's really annoying is that this boss, despite being one of 3 bosses with 4 possible spawn locations, also just has a chance to not show up for some reason. On the other hand, it looks like it's over here, so... You know, that'll work. Spindle Agni Vein. What a name for a monk. Okay, cool. Well, I got my boss, so that's good. The heck does it have Light of Dwayna for? Man, this is a terrible bar. Okay, well, I'm glad to have gotten that. I still want to clear things out here. I don't know when I'm going to use Restore Condition, mind you, but I just kind of wanted it. It's one of those elites that's like almost there, if that makes sense. In terms of like the effect is really strong. It's just there's not an area that really needs it in PvE. It was a staple of PvP for a long time, though. You'd have like a Word of Healing in an RC, if I remember correctly, at least back in the day. This boss is all about spreading conditions. Fever Dreams. I don't know if there's another place to get it or not. Fever Dreams, I mean. There isn't for RC. This is the only boss that has it, so. And then there's a Necromancer one out here, I think, as well. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm having a pretty good one so far. We're having just gotten Chillblains. Yeah, things like Magnetic Surge get conditions or get enchantments on us very quickly. I like some of those sort of small utility enchantments that Elementalist got with that update. Oh, there's the Eidolon. I want to clear this area out too. Again, I'm not entirely sure where all Leia has to go. That's the NPC that I'm going to need to be rescuing here. Let's just top everyone off. Something around here does have barrage, interestingly enough. Oh my goodness, that's a bunch of loot. Frozen Remnant. Interesting. I think Leia needs to get to the top of this. So I want to clear out these crag behemoths. Yeah, like magnetic aura will help with... Oh, hi, worm. I do love having some E-Surge floating around. It's really good for these high armor enemies like worms. Worms don't have a ton of HP. They're just like, what's damage yo? They just don't care about most damage types. It's why, randomly enough, I think it's better in when you're in the Jinundu in Nightfall and the desert worms are attacking you. It's better to just auto attack them with the armor ignoring attack than to try to use the skills that do specific damage types and get reduced dramatically. It's a nice little green spot here. Nah, we got another worm popping up. Just end this thing, please. You also have to worry about worms in sort of the Lornar's Pass area, and that's pretty significant for runs to Draknar's Forge, because as you notice there, they knock you down when they come up from the ground, and that can cause some serious problems. Let's go ahead and clear these guys out as well. There should be a seer around here somewhere, so I kind of want to take this essence to it and get another something infused. Yeah, something infused. Probably my... because I don't have other, like, body... I was going to say body armor, but that is not quite conveying the right sense. But torso armor or something like that. Let's see... You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a moment to just double check where the seer is. So I will be right back. I'm just going to be on the wiki. 1 second. Okay, so it's pretty far south. So I'm going to take this to that. Then I'm going to go back for Leia, probably up this way. Yeah, I'd like to get Zenmai an alternate one of her alternate armor sets. I don't like her default one very much. I know it's traditional. Yeah, there's the Ancient Seer. So let's see. This stuff is all infused. This stuff is all infused. This stuff is all infused. Yeah. Trying to look at what is infused and what isn't while controlling this is not easy. Most of these headpieces aren't infused, just that one, and then the one I have on right now. And I think those are the only pieces of armor. So I'm going to put on the Superior Healing Prayers. One, and get that one infused, because why not? Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I want to put my Divine Favor one back on, but it's always good to get stuff slowly infused if you can. Or at least always has benefit. So there is an Ether Seal here that I could take to get in. but I'm not concerned about that at the moment. It's just an alternate way in, and I'll be going in the other way, I think. Well, we'll see. We'll see what path I end up wanting to take. But for right now, I want to go collect Leia and direct her this way. Do I want to go up that way? I kind of want to go this way, just because. Explore this map a little bit, you know? Okay, well, I guess they took it off of me. That's fine. Grab those. Swing by the Mersat stronghold here. We're going more into that later. Kind of a neat area, honestly. I guess I just want to go over that way. And just connect back up over here. Okay, Dunkoro. I know you're back there. There we go. The only thing that's good against lava, as far as I'm concerned, is stuff that makes you like immune to burning and cripple, which you can do if you really want to. You could use frigid armor, I think it is. There's an elementalist enchantment that makes you immune to burning. Then I am unstoppable makes you immune to cripple. I mean, only players can do that, but if you really wanted to, you could do that, and then you just walk through lava unimpeded, which certainly has its attraction, shall we say. So let's go clear some of this out. I'm gonna throw a Guardian on Zenmai, because her being enchanted makes it easier for her to defeat these guys, because then she can get through their whirling defense. Okay, let's just get this Ether Seal taken care of. Looks like there's another Ether Seal. I kind of want to take care of those archers on top, so I'm going to do that. Then come back down. I really love how this purple-red stone looks. It's got a really cool visual aesthetic to it. It's kind of an almost otherworldly feel. I don't know if these guys are going to be a problem or not, but I kind of want to preempt them being one. There we go. Don't mind them all dropping 100 gold each. It's split over my entire party, but I don't know what Norgu spends it on. That'd be really cool if Mercenary Heroes were somehow had that transferred into their thing. Like if I were to load up Serenia of the Void, it would be like, oh yeah, you've picked up all these gold and stuff. Here's all of Serenia's drops. It doesn't work that way, obviously, and it wouldn't mechanically. They don't want it to, but it'd be really funny if it did. So here you can see these are soul batteries, like what we saw in the Maguma jungle. They're taking shipments of these in. Yeah, okay, she does have an enchantment. But they're taking shipments of them in to power up the door of Kamale. The good news is, even if things do go wrong in that section, we only have to do this part the once. And here's their docks. Glyph of Concentration doesn't help much if it itself gets interrupted. Okay, Leia Stone. Thank you for freeing me. I was killed on one of the bloodstones by the White Mantle, and my spirit has been trapped for quite some time. But alas, all this dark magic is draining my soul's energy, and I do not wish my final resting place to be here. There is a small island to the west that reminds me of the fields of Lomehurst. If you take me there, I can at last be at peace and away from the pull of this vile place. Whoops. Yeah, okay. I'm coming. So I think I've cleared out most of the enemies. You do need to keep an eye on her to make sure she doesn't get wrecked by lava. Because that's definitely a thing that can happen. I'm just going to follow her, make sure she doesn't burn to death, that sort of thing. It'll be relatively easy to maintain her in lava because of restore condition. So that's a nice little bonus. And it'll get her through the lava more quickly as well. Not quite sure what path she'll take. Don't really have a whole lot to say right now. Just kind of paying attention to the NPC. Yep, okay, here's the first lava pool. Yeah, Dunkor did a pretty good job of keeping her cleared up. Be a nice spot for charge, because charge gets rid of cripple, but eh. Also, she might stop moving if she gets outside compass range, so I need to kind of stay with her. At least that's what it sounded like from the wiki anyway. Plus, dropping fallback and charge on her definitely will get her moving faster, right? Fallback and incoming, not charge. We don't have charge. I was just talking about it, so I got myself confused. Yeah, charge originally didn't have the remove cripple clause. I think it was added to give it something to balance out with incoming and fallback. Because otherwise it was just increased move speed by 33%. And it has slightly better duration than incoming and fallback do, but not enough to justify using it over them. So they gave it the bonus of removing cripple. Although what I remember is it being very useful to be able to have balance stance up while it was up, while charge was up, in order to be able to avoid getting knocked down by worms in the Shiver Peaks when people would run and stuff. So I never did a Drox run myself. I've done a couple of others. I've done Ascalon to Sanctum K and that sort of stuff. But my soul is free, thank you. I can finally be at peace, she says and repeats, and disappears right as she reaches this place that reminds her of the fields of Lomehurst. And indeed, that tree, I think, is an asset from Kryda, probably. Or it certainly reminds me of one. Okay. Do I think I'm closer? Yeah, I might try. I'm going to go in the back door. I think I'm slightly closer to that. It's hard to say. But I wanted to do the bonus because A, I haven't done it in a while. B, I was going off in this direction anyway to hunt down that boss. And C, I kind of like the idea of trying to get all of the bonuses on this character at some point. Where am I at in that regard? Yeah, okay. 10 out of 25, so this is going to get me 11 out of 25. And it's not going to be hard to get the remaining bit from Hell's Precipice. The bonus in Hell's Precipice is somewhat trivial to accomplish. It's much more challenging to just get there, in my opinion. I'm likely to drop Zenmai at that point. As I want something more... I mean, I'm probably going to be dropping General Morgan too, honestly. Frankly, I'll want a Soul Twister. So... I should pick up a second Ritualist. This character I don't think has done much of the Norn tournament. Oh, okay, so that just lets us in over here, rather than having to go all the way around. Okay, that's convenient then. I accept. Got these Jade Armor. This character should have finished Nightfall, so I should be able to get Razah. It might be easier than Xandra. Xandra requires me to do the Norn tournament, which is a bit tricky to do on a monk. For reasons that I imagine are obvious. I have a couple of choices of things I could do to try to make that work better. I think I'm going to go, after I do Hell's Precipice, I think I might want to go skill capping in the Shiver Peaks for a couple of off-profession skills. Specifically, it should be just south of Camp Rancor. I do have Camp Rancor, right? Yeah, okay. Spiteful Spirit and what's the other one? Illusory Weapon. Both could be quite useful in the Norn tournament, I think. Optimus Caliph is always at this location, in my experience. Aha, I get Restore Condition for whatever good that does. Yeah, I mean, we do want to take down the Ether Seal. Ow. Oh, my inventory's full. Well, we're almost done with this mission, thankfully. So, I'll expect to get that as a loot drop at that point. Hello, Vizier Kilbron. Okay, this is the part where I want to be careful and make sure we don't get overwhelmed, because that can happen super easily. Okay, let's take some of these guys down. I did last time I came here learn that the Mersat that spawn to attack you are of limited number. So that's good. I definitely want to keep an eye out for them, though. Okay, so one's coming from across the way. Again, the Mersat Guardians need to be taken care of. Okay, there's one behind us now. There's another one back here. I'm gonna take this guy out. Oh boy. That's an elementalist. It's holding a water staff, so I'm really wanting Spirit Bond against this stuff. My goodness, Zenmai died quickly. Yeah, Norgu used Gift of Health. Okay, I'm getting a little preoccupied with needing to monk here, so... it's one of those things where it's this ironic thing of, like, I can realize that I'm not saying anything, but most of my focus is going to why I'm not saying anything. Okay. We have just 2 Ether Seals left, it looks like, so that's good. Okay, another Mersat is coming. Zed, some of your like magnetic aura stuff would be quite useful right now. Well, there we go. Door of Kamale opens, Titans come out. I'm not going to watch the cutscene at the moment. We just need to take out this Titan. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yay! Mission complete. And that brings us to Hell's Precipice. And as predicted, I got that in my inventory. So, that's cool. Okay, I'm definitely going to want to be very careful with this mission, and I'm going to want to change stuff around. This is a potentially very deadly mission. I do think it might be prudent. Oh, I got 2 scrolls of Rampager's Insight? That's interesting. I think it might be prudent to go visit and collect Razah. Minor marksmanship. Interesting. Some of the stuff I want to... there's so much stuff to salvage here. Okay. I'm going to start by clearing out my inventory. I think I might go collect Razah, though. Hornbow. Pain. Scrolls of Rampager's Insight. This Bow of Tengu Slaying. Hornbow, and this Duck Buckler. Accept that. Let's salvage some of these things. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get a lot of dust is what I'm going to get. 8 from 8 and then 6. The Mersat stuff can salvage a decent amount of dust. Ooh, got some cloth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bank up this thing of cloth so that way I have some lying around. I don't... That might have some value. I need to check. The question that I have is, how do I want to approach this? Because realistically, I'm going to want a Soul Twister for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, before I try to worry about Hell's Precipice, I'm going to go to Camp Rancor, because there's a boss spawn location just south of it. I want to try to pick up a couple of skills from down that way. Where is Sickness of Capture? Down here. Because having access to some of those skills would be useful, I think. You know, I'm just going to toss Shielding Hands over here. No, I need Talus Shoot. This way. So, I want to try to capture Spiteful Spirit. I believe it can spawn down here. Actually, I'm going to check the wiki real quick just to make sure I have my spawns and everything correct for this. One moment. Okay, I do have my memory is correct on these spawn locations. So there are a couple of nightmare bosses that can spawn. I don't know what this ice golem at level 10 is doing over here. It's rather random. I like Talos Shoot's purpleness. It's really fun. So there's a location here. Seer Windslash, I think, is the Mesmer one. There's a couple of spawn points that are just close to this area. There's one like down in there and like one over that way. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a sweep of this area a couple of times. Because I want to get this. I mean, I do want this boss. I just can't have both Mesmer and I'm not sure Frostbite's the Necromancer. I can't have both Mesmer and Necromancer at the same time. So it's a little awkward. So, unfortunately, while that is one of the bosses that I want to capture from, it's not the one that I was trying to do it first. So here we are. Okay, there's a bunch of dudes up here. I cannot see if that is... I need to not stand in that. Okay, I should look up the name of the boss that I want. I'm going to go do that real quick here. Cool. Frostbite's not the boss I want. There is one more spawn location over this way somewhere. I'm liking Shielding Hands as a nice additional, a little addendum skill. I'm going to be a little annoyed if I go all this way and the boss isn't there, but, you know, what can I do? I can blind myself by attacking through ineptitude. That's what I can do. Hi, no, leave me alone. Then might have this. Said, what is going on over there? Okay, whatever. Oh, he was standing in the middle of the enemies. That explains it. Okay, I need a guy that's like named Spine Chill. Yeah, that's the one I need. Spine Chill. Hooray! Oh, it is so very bright and very pink over here. Hmm. Oh, has a weakened armor, I bet you. Spinal shivers. It's not a skill I'm particularly familiar with anyone actually using seriously. There we are. Spiteful Spirit. And that's what I'm here for. Part 1. And then let's go back up to Camp Rancor. Go / Mesmer again. Where is Mesmer? Right there. Give me my blessed light back. Another sign of capture. Now we need to go get the boss that I encountered the first time. But probably won't be as conveniently located. What's this healing ox salvage into? Oh, granite. I guess I'll take it for granted then. That level 10 dude didn't spawn this time. That's nice. Oh, we got Frostbite up here. Frostbite is a boss that I... Okay, you know what? I probably have it already. Yep, Signet of Judgment. A Signet of Judgment boss. So I'm going to need to look to another location for that Seer Windslash guy again. I don't feel like zoning in and out and in and out and in and out, so I'd kind of like to hit up the multiple locations that it could be at rather than do that. Oh, this is going to be so annoying. I'm going to get slammed with knockdowns. Of course, once I've expended it, it's not a huge deal anymore, but... I don't need that. Yeah, okay, there's the boss I need. Seer Windlash. So now we have to go fight through that horde of dudes again. Oh, but this time we have a slightly different spawn. We have a bunch of Azure Shadows instead of Glacial Griffins here. Interesting that the spawns can vary so much. Ah, yeah, good old Never Surrender. That's a useful one. There are definitely different spawns in these maps, and I find that kind of interesting. Okay, Avocaro Wise, prepare to get something. I don't really care about fragility. Whew, she is getting absolutely surrounded over there. Maybe Shroud of Distress was a better skill than I was giving it credit for. Do I get down there? Probably over there. Yeah. Huh. An ice golem was just wrecked by a mountain troll and some tundra giants. You can see that the tundra giant used giant stomp, which knocked down the jungle troll. Because it just knocks down all creatures in range. It doesn't care. This is the part where I'm expecting a Never Surrender. Hi, I see you here. Don't think I don't. I can go get the skill. Yeah. Illusory weapon. Okay, those are what I wanted to grab. Now, I need to head up north. What? Oh. Somebody's using a skill and made noise and threw me off. If I want to get Xandra, I need to do this tournament. The question that I have for myself is, do I want to try to 55 this, or do I want to try to do something different? I kind of like the idea of using a illusory weapon. I don't think I have many illusion magic skills. That's okay. I'm not really needing a bunch. I have a decent number of skill points saved up, though, so maybe I should pick up a few. Yeah. Maybe I should. Probably use this axe. I'm just going to withdraw some funds and go visit. I want to go visit the rune trader over there. This outpost has some of the worst pathing. Oh, this character already has Protector of Cantha. How convenient. Getting close to unfavored. Interesting. I was looking for this. Because I want to take care of this one. Dreadnought, Minor Marksmanship. Minor Marksmanship is the only one that I could see having some value. I think it does. Yeah, it has a little bit. Dreadnoughts is... Sentinels I understand, but Dreadnoughts is not going to have any value. Okay, let's just salvage this for the mats at this point. There should be a skill trainer around here. Ah, here it is. Somewhere. To finish the thought. I could go this way, or I could go a slightly different direction with things. Let's see what some of my options are here. Confusing images. Calculated risk could be interesting. Wandering Eye. Some of all fears I'm not really interested in. Wandering Eye is a little difficult to use. It is a very lengthy cast time. Most of the rest of this I don't really care about. I should pick that up while I'm over here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to pick up Mantra of Resolve. For 10 seconds, you have... Yeah, I'm going to pick this up. I don't know if when I'd use that necessarily. But that certainly is an option of a skill at some point. I'm going to pop down to Ice Tooth Cave. And check on skills here. See what other options are open up when I go Prophecies and not just Course plus Eye of the North skills. There's a bunch here that I don't really care about. Empathetic Visage. I'm going to grab Distortion and Illusion of Weakness. The other ones I don't really care as much about. Handling is a good one for me to have, though. And I should definitely pick up Inspired Hex and Inspired Enchantment. Well, that was all my budget for skills at the moment, apparently. This would be a good one to have, actually, at some point. Not a major priority, though. Okay, well, let's just take the funding that I have obtained and go back up here. I do need to pick up a little bit more platinum to use because the tournament has an entry fee. So I need to make sure I have some cash with which to pay for that. Then I need to figure out what I'm doing with my skill bar here. I'm just gonna grab a platinum. Should be sufficient. As long as I don't suck too bad. Okay, so the general course that I would typically consider with this would be something yeah, I already have that on my skill bar. I'm gonna drop calculated risk on, and distortion is an option, but I'm not quite sure if I want to go for it. Or illusion of weakness, for that matter. I'll bring illusion of weakness. So the advantage of this is it doesn't care about whatever stuff is put on me. I feel like I want a bunch of healing prayers otherwise. Healing breeze. And mending kind of seem good. Vigorous spirits. Let's see. Where is... I'm going to go with this hat for... Actually... recharge on that. Some of these have semi-lengthy recharges. I think I'm going to go for the Anchorite's gear. For more HPs. Yeah, some strong regen. Distortion feels like an option. And then what else? Let's see, I could bring this to gain an energy whenever I take damage. That's got some value to it. Essence Bond is very similar. Maybe I want just something that can just be a straight self-heal. Patient Spirit, maybe? I don't know. This is a random flailing arms wildly experiment, so... I don't know what it would be an optimal build for doing this on a monk. I might just change to different sort of build entirely. But I really want to get Xandra, so... because I want the option. I should use this. Recurring insecurity, eh? Look, I'm gonna just stab you with my axe a bunch and easily overcome any of this random stuff. Heh. I have produced enough regen to overcome his degen. Well, I don't know how effective this will be against Magni the Bison. I was able to survive this guy. I didn't mean a patient spirit you. I wanted a patient spirit me. Oh well. I have very dubious feelings about how this is going to do long term. Who am I fighting here? Vec? Well, Vapor Blade's terrible against me. I mean, this is very slow in that it doesn't kill anyone quickly, but it's really, really, really hard to stop illusionary weaponry from hurting you because your melee attacks just kind of do damage. Okay, what's with all of the elementalists here? I don't know, have a calculated risk. Glyph of Restoration might be difficult for me to overcome. We'll see. That's the thing that I'm discovering, is that this build has very poor damage. Oh, she has a katana. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat her. I think I'll run her to a stalemate. But yeah, no, her Glyph of Restoration is going to make this like impossible to actually just win. Because I don't have enough damage and she doesn't have enough damage. I should be throwing the rest of this in Divine Favor anyway. I don't know. I'm going to keep that on her, I think. Maybe I should have gone for a Spiteful Spirit. The problem with going a Spiteful Spirit direction is that it's bad against Magni, because Magni can just strip it with Purge Signet. But my damage is so bad right now. Apparently hers is not as good as I... Or her healing is not... I don't know, I'm slightly overcoming her healing. Barely? Maybe? Nope. There's Glyph of Restoration again. I was not well prepared for casters. Is what I'm discovering here. This is literally a stalemate. It seems. So Phoenix heals her. But I don't know how she's beginning Overcast. But Glyph of Restoration is just way too effective of a healing method. But I have so much healing, she can't get through that either. So it's like... I need Conjure Phantasm or something. Okay, you know what? I'm aborting this tournament. This tournament's not... I'm not beating Sin. And she's not beating me. We're just going to sit there staring at each other for freaking ever. Okay, I definitely need to bring additional damage. Conjure Phantasm, maybe. I don't feel like I need Distortion. I'll try Conjure Phantasm. I'm not sure how well it would overcome that or not. I need something. Something to speed the process up, you know? Maybe I have another option that would be better. Oh, this person took their Legendary Defender of Ascalon out of Pre-Searing. Okay.
Are you hunting something?
Let's try this again. Maybe I'll get fortunate and not end up low shot again. Here, enjoy this. I need to go attack this guy. Healing breeze. Get my enchantment back up. At this point, I just kind of auto-attack him until he's dead, so... Ether Feast slows me down a little bit, but not that much. Like, Low Shaw is not bad. He just takes a little while. I mean, I didn't hit your beautiful face either. I explicitly didn't not hit your beautiful face. Okay, so here's another... Get my mending going. Hi, Orion. I don't really care that much about you, but... you're gonna try to do flare shenanigans, aren't you? I don't think I'm gonna care about that much. You have a Conjure Phantasm. Yeah, I definitely need to keep healing Breeze up. Spiteful Spirit's looking pretty good. Oh well. He's just sitting here spamming flare at me, and... I don't know. That's kind of that. I think he's using... Let's drop a Conjure Phantasm. Hey, I beat him. Crying out loud. I don't need to heal him. I want to heal myself. Ah, oh well. War Master Titus. Oh. Oh, you're doing this junk. This might be a problem. There, maybe that'll help. Okay, yeah, he's gonna wreck me. I don't have a good way of dealing with this. And Conjure Phantasm's not gonna be able to overcome. I can get up to 5 more energy. Nah. Savage Shots, quick recharge. Yeah, I'm not beating War Master Titus. Oh. Well, he spent too long futzing about, so that gives me a little bit of a chance here. Huh. I did not think I was going to beat him, but I managed to after all. He gave me a couple of opportunities, and calculated risk ended up getting him. I think is largely what went on there. Headmaster Vang. What's with all these elementalists? And this distinct lack of Xandras. Alright, I see what you're trying to do here. See, here's the problem, is blind doesn't actually help. 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 Illusory weapon doesn't care. Okay, he's got a bunch of health regen too, though. That's gonna be annoying. Armor of Sanctity is gonna prevent all the damage that I'm trying to deal. Then he has Mystic Regeneration. I think I can beat him, but it's going to be slow. Because I'm having to kill him with Conjure Phantasm. Okay. So I beat Headmaster Vang. That still is not getting me Xandra or Kamu. Kamu would be nice, but Xandra's who I'm really here for. Gwen. Great. This could be a problem. I don't know why I did that first. I don't know what Gwen does in this. Wastrel's Demise. Oh, that's going to be annoying. She's doing this sort of crap. I mean, again, Signet of Midnight's not relevant to life. Gwen, did anybody ever tell you that you need healing spells? No? Apparently not? Okay, well, she was pretty trivial. Like, that's the thing, is illusionary weaponry gets around a lot of stuff. Because it just, like, you can't stop me from hitting you. You can only reduce the damage. Well, here's Magni the Bison, and I didn't encounter any of the NPCs I really wanted. I don't feel like I have an optimal build at all. Yeah, he Purge Signets that. He just deals so much damage. Yeah, he already popped my Illusion of Weakness. Yep, he wrecked me. I'm not surprised. This build's not really designed to take him on. So, I don't really care about trying to beat him. I just want to beat... What's her face? Well, I don't feel like this is a great build, but I feel like it's a serviceable one. So I'm gonna go in again. Again, I'm here for Xandra. So hopefully I can find her in this stupid tournament. Hi, Lil Tom. I know you're doing Hamstorm. I should be putting this on you. Healing Signet, eh? I can tank a surprising amount of stuff with this mini defensive enchantments. Okay, I'm gonna conjure Phantasm on him. There we go. Got him in his Forked Blade / Spatha / whatever it is they're calling that weird thing. It looks like it has some sword catching chips on the side or whatever you want to call those. Here's Xandra. Excellent. Now hopefully I can beat her. Soothing Memories. Okay, she's destructive was glaive. I see. Okay, there's no reason for me to use that on her. It's never going to work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, she's not. Good. Good. I have unlocked Xandra. That is what I was here for. I'm going to go see how far I can get. I'm probably going to lose to Magni the Bison again. I'm okay with that. I'm not here for winning the tournament, as it were. I'm here for whatever sweet loot I can get, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Lucas. By sweet loot, I mean unlocked characters. We'll see if I can get Kamu, I guess, basically. Enjoy calculated risk. Oh, you do this deadly riposte thing, don't you? That's right, yeah. Ha ha ha! Behold, my not caring about your deadly riposte shenaniganry. Ooh, you have a strong healing signet, though. His healing signet is about the only thing I care about of what he's doing. That's really funny. I remember having a trouble with him on a different character. So being able to just kind of waltz in here and be like, yeah, no, none of what you're doing matters, that was fun. Oh, cool, Kamu. That would be the other person I was interested in. Excellent. Avatar of Balthazar, eh? I mean, that's nice. Rending Touch. I don't know what you were just rended off. I don't know that it mattered. Because I have Healing Breeze, I have Illusionary. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that would have been. I want to make sure I keep Illusory Weapon covered. Good. Now I've unlocked Kamu as well. Well, this was a productive run in this tournament. I've unlocked both heroes that I wanted to. We'll see how things go in the next part. Good old mending. I wonder what it would be like if Illusory Weapon was like a maintained enchantment that costs 2 pips of energy regen or something. And I don't know. I'm trying to think about how it could potentially have been different. Oh, hey, Gwen. Good to see you again. I don't expect this to go any better for you than it did last time. Look, if you're going to wand me... Oh. I mean, you're blinding both of us, so never mind that. Here, have a Conjure Phantasm. Sure. I'll bow, Gwen. Is this just Magni the Bison again, ready to... Yep. Magni the Bison again, ready to wreck me. I'm going to drop this Conjure Phantasm because he's going to stop to Purge Signet that. And then I can follow up with my... Wow, 230 damage is just so much damage. Yeah, I don't really want him to Purge Signet that, but it's just like one of those things that's going to happen, you know? Hit yourself. Nope, did not hit himself. I mean, that's the thing. His calculated risk makes them hit a little bit harder, but causes them to potentially do some of their damage back to themselves, and that's that. I feel like I could probably beat him if I did this as a 55 build. But, oh yeah, this is just going to be the quest for those heroes. I don't really care. Okay, cool. I got Xandra, which was what my goal was. So let's jump back to Hell's Precipice, because for anyone who may have forgotten what my original intention today was to complete this mission. And then let's go back to the Guild Hall. Now that I've set Hell's Precipice as the location that I go to when I leave the Guild Hall. And let's get a party going. So I want Dunkoro, Xandra. I want Serenia and Zed. And then some Mesmers. That seems like a fine set of characters. Xandra is going to be a Soul Twister, so let's see. That means she needs both spawning power and communing. I don't know which is more important. I'll just get a major of each, because her max health doesn't matter as much. I don't feel like getting superiors, though. Okay, where are you? There you are, Xandra. I'm going to guess communing matters more and give that to her. I don't really know. Okay, these don't matter. Yep. Yep. Get those out of here. Give her the hourglass staff. Does anybody else need equipment? No. Everyone else is good? Cool. Get these things out of here. I really wish these showed up in a separate panel. It's like one of those little tweaks that I'd do. That I just make the slash bonus stuff show up on its own panel. Okay. Let's leave Guild Hall because I want to be able to make builds that are not getting screwed up by other random things. Heroes. Soul Twisting. Yeah, load this, except you don't need this skill. What do I want to give her for her last skill? Well, I don't know. Does it matter much? You know what? Let's just go ahead and give her explosive growth. Why not? It's relatively cheap, might have some benefit. Seems reasonable. Okay, I'm happy with Dunkoro. I am not wanting to run this build. Oh. Okay, let's think about everybody else, then I'm going to get back to myself. So this is not what I want her to be doing here. Let's see, those I'm happy for. Maelstrom is probably an ideal choice. I'm going to want Ward Against Harm. I'm going to drop the Fire Magic, because just having energy storage is probably better here. And I'm just going to toss the rest in Healing Prayers for the Res Chant. I want Swirling Aura. And Water Attunement. There, that seems good to me. So that's a bunch of defensive stuff and then some offensive stuff. I need to make sure I'm not going too much on defense, but I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. I mostly like what his build is. Tenacious Crystals, I'm going to... No, I can keep this. Yeah, this is fine. I kind of like Energy Boon, so I think I'm going to keep Energy Boon. Ash Blast I'm going to drop, because I'm not burning foes at this point. Is Word of Stability useful? I don't think so. This one's a weird one. You have plus armor, and your air magic spells that target foes activate and recharge faster, but cause some overcast. Let's see. Foes in this area become weakened for whenever they take elemental damage. This may be worth it. So my consideration with this is that there's going to be a lot of Hands and Fists of the Titan and other things, and we have... I'm going to switch back to this. This deals fire damage, which is elemental damage. She's going to be doing elemental damage, and I believe the Hourglass Staff... Yeah, it deals fire damage. So that's elemental damage. So Ward of Weakness is a really good way of potentially spreading weakness to enemies that are going to be attacking us. So that is a way to try to reduce their damage, or ward against melee is. This one is maybe a little easier to use. I'm going to give that a try and see how it feels. Yeah, that was originally the wave thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's ideal or not, but I kind of want to give it a try and see how it goes. Otherwise, I actually really do like energy boon. It's sort of a form of energy management. Okay, this is mostly what I want to be doing. Yes, and let's see. There'll definitely be enough hexes that Shatter Hex is going to be useful. I'm going to go ahead and adjust him for inspiration magic. And give him Rain Enchantment and where's the other one? I know there's another one here. There it is. Give him these as well. There's a lot of redundancy there. The big concern is, do I have enough for taking down the hands and fists? Like, that's part of why I gave this to her. I gave Explosive Growth to her, because there's going to be a lot of enemies coming into melee range on us. I mean, E-Surge does good damage, so it's probably going to be okay. I mean, they're all, like, running the same build in slightly different orders. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, what do I want to do? Let's see. I want to switch to... Where did I? I want to not get things too messed up here in terms of positioning. I think I might go with Superior Healing Prayers. Dankoro has a lot of protection stuff. Yeah, I think I might go Healing Prayers and then some Protection Prayers, but like that. Yeah, something like this. Woo, that Healing Burst looks strong. Okay, what I want is Spirit Bond and Extinguish on the back end. And then mostly I'm going to focus on pushing health bars up, I think. Where is... Yeah, Healing Seed. Vigorous Spirit. Now I could go with Healing Burst myself. Glimmer of Light is an option. I think I might just go with Word of Healing, honestly. It's a good standby. And then Heaven's Delight is really weak at this attribute spread. There's Heal Party, but it's really MP intensive, energy intensive. I don't know why I said... Oh, I know I said MP there. But you know what I mean. I've got a semi-expensive bar as it is. Do I want to roll with this, or... I could just accept that I'm not going to have good party heals and maybe swap some stuff. Well, Dankoro's got reasonable party heals. I'm going to drop Dismiss on him for Heaven's Delight, just to give him a little bit more party heal. And maybe I should give myself, like, Mend's I'll give myself dismiss. That seems reasonable. So then Word of Healing is a fairly potent healing spell. I got some reasonable support stuff. I'm going to swap that over there. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to this gear as well. My HP is a little low, but that's okay. I don't need that to be high. I'll just deposit the funds later. Okay, well let's intermission and see how it goes. My biggest concern, as always, is the Sparks of the Titans. The other ones don't tend to be anywhere near as big of a problem. There is a lot of burning that'll happen here, but there's not too much otherwise, conditionally speaking. I don't mind being the main source of dealing with it. Oh yeah, and we do have some party healing in the form of Swirling Aura. I need to remember that. Okay, I'm using Dismiss more than I thought I would. That's okay. I just used it on myself there as a heal. Okay, as I thought, the casters we took down like a little bit more quickly. The hands and fists we're going to be a little bit slower on because we don't have as much damage that really hits them. We have a lot of anti-caster stuff. And the casters are definitely the more dangerous part, but I need to be careful to make sure we don't get overwhelmed by because the Sparks of the Titans are scary. Those guys are really scary. But I need to make sure we don't get overwhelmed by some of the other stuff as well. I mean, E-Surge is good damage against everything, but you only get so many, like, triggers of that, so. Yeah, I don't have any Hex control, but that's okay. We have a bunch of Shatter, so. Or maybe a little on the defensive side. Maybe I should have given an offensive skill instead of to Zed instead of the ward. But on the other hand, I don't mind if it takes a little while to kill these guys, but they cannot like do anything to us. That's okay. Okay. Doing okay. Doing okay. We definitely need to get shelter back up. Now, one Spark of the Titan we absolutely wrecked. My concern is making sure that all of them are taken care of. Well, we went through that with taking 0 damage, so that's a really good sign. Sparks of the Titans are, to me, the most terrifying thing in this mission, hands down. Their Rod Quartz invocations can hit for ridiculous sums, and they're just nasty. But we have a bunch of Mesmers, so. Spread some of this. Ancient Spirit around. Or not. Vigorous Spirit. I've actually been okay with Extinguish so far, but I think I'm not as thrilled with Spirit Bond. Maybe I wish it was Heal Party. I don't know. Well, that was just vaguely irritating. Okay, this is the part where I need to be really careful, because I want to make sure I don't rush in, because all of these mobs basically are like, oh, we're going to go that way. And I don't want to be anywhere near there when that happens, because, yeah, here they go. Hello. I am doing Hell's Precipice. Specifically, I am filling in my Flameseeker Prophecies book. So this is the last mission that I have to do that. And right now I'm waiting for this giant horde of enemies to run past, because this area can be really, really deadly. If you walk in here too quickly, then the delayed chasing, or the delayed charge in thing that they do right there will catch you with just a bunch of enemies just ganging up on you all of a sudden, and it's very painful. Okay, where is... Not you. Xandra. I need these guys up now. That would be why. Okay, are there any more sparks? Yes. Last spark of the Titan needs to go down. Oh man, seeing all this mistrust go off on it is really nice. Where is my mouse cursor? Here. Okay, it's in the upper left. I don't know why I sometimes lose track of the mouse. I just do. Okay, one hand of the Titans left. That should be no problem. Cool. Cleared that up. Let's go make sure the Ancient Seer stays around so I can get the bonus from it. Yeah, I'm just going to drop that on the Ancient Seer. That'll help. I think I might have been a little bit more defensive than was strictly necessary here, but that's okay. Okay, Ancient Seer. Tell me about the Armageddon Lords. Thank you. I'm going to drink some water. That was a random deep wound. Probably a Swift Chop. That's going to be the biggest source of it here. Let's see. I think I can go over this way. We're going to aggro some stuff. Boy, Risen Ashen Hulks can't do anything. Yeah, whatever. Oh, hi, random eviscerate boss. How you doing? You know what? I'm going to extinguish those deep wounds, because that makes sense. Well, the important thing is it works. Fortitudo probo. His name is Latin for something. Wow, he was full of pants. 2 runes. That's unusual, but I will take it. Okay, we need to go up this way, so... the Undead Lich is taunting us or something. The only thing that I'm worried about here is these Sparks of the Titans. Well, we recovered from that remarkably well. I think we got hit by a couple of Rodgorts there, but it didn't really do much, so that's good. That gives me great confidence in our ability to get through the rest of this mission with minimal incident. Yeah, I kind of at this point wish I'd brought Heal Party instead of Spirit Bonds. But that's okay. Shelter is still affecting me over here. I don't think it's going to be necessary because we have friggin' triple mistrust, but... Ow. And it's hard to know who to Spirit Bond anyway. Alright, well that took care of that business. Yes. Undead Lich is just talking about how he's taking care of the Razah. Again. Okay, no Mind Burn. There's the Rodgorts. Okay, Extinguish recharged, so I can use that. Clean everyone up. And continue on our merry way. Get out of here, Risen Ashen Hulk. Eventually. Oh yeah, we have Maelstrom too. Man, we have so much anti-caster. It's a little bit crazy. I feel like I'm slowly moving a tank through this area or something. Or like some sort of, I don't know, extremely armored vehicle. Because I feel like we don't kill things necessarily super quickly, but we have really strong cannons. And we're just really hard to do anything to. Because of the sheer amount of defensive measures I have equipped on this party. Oh, that's Dunkor who needed that, not me. Okay, let's get an Armageddon Lord aggroed here. Well, that Armageddon Lord is down. It made the mistake of being a caster. Which is a very poor choice. in this mesmer-based system. The fact that Swift Chop is inflicting a lot of deep wound is kind of amusing to me because it only does that when it's blocked, which means that we're doing a heck of a lot of blocking. I find that kind of funny. I don't even know what Lava Font would be, like, who it would be hitting right now, honestly. Wow. Just watching the Mesmers go to work dismantling it is really amusing. Get out of here, Hand of the Titans. Okay, let's get this bonus taken care of then. I thought the Armageddon Lord was supposed to come over here, but kind of just ran for his life. That's funny. We do need to be careful of this. I think that's the Panic Boss. Let's get rid of these deep wounds. There's a lot of deep wound in this, I'm discovering. Ooh, a red die. Don't mind if I do. Zed pumps out so much blocking. It's actually kind of incredible. Okay, let's kind of go along this left side, I guess. Like, I am one of the monks, and I don't feel like I have to do much. Kind of cool. Glad I gave myself dismiss condition, though, because I've been doing a lot of dismissing conditions. Yeah, let's do something about this core right here. Actually, Spark of the Titans need to go. Are there any more sparks? I don't immediately see any. Yeah, took just a little bit too long. That's the... Yeah, Mindburn boss coming up behind us. I'd like to not be standing here. Oh man, I almost need to do things. An Earth Wand, okay. Boy, we got a lot of hands and fists of the Titans to take care of now, though. Pretty decent heal. Just getting hit for zeros and stuff. Again, tank. We're not... Like, our cannon has a recharge rate. But stuff just doesn't get through our defenses. It's great fun. Get out of here, Bone Fiend. I am quite enjoying this, actually. Alright, let's take care of these portal wraiths. Aha! I was smart and spirit bonded myself to completely negate everything they were doing. Well, those were some very quickly dying portal wraiths, tell you what. I haven't needed Word of Healing at all. I'm just a little astounded is all. By how effective our defenses have been. It is normal mode. You're not wrong. I also have a bunch of elementalist defenses. I'm just used to this mission being somewhat challenging, is all. Okay, let's get out of here, Sparks of Titans. Is that Shadowhoof? Enjoy. Hey, Undead Prince Rurik. How are you doing? Also, how are you doing, Ravager? It's been a little while. Hope things are going well for you. Prince Rurik, did anybody ever tell you that attacking spirits is kind of a waste of time? Let's see. I guess skipping the cutscene means we don't run across the thing automatically or whatever. I'm not quite sure. Okay, well, let's kill an undead lich. You know, once we get there. A little bit of a hike. Hiya. How are you doing, Swift Eagle? Hey, I've been on, but it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Alrighty, let's see. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, gotcha. Let's not get hit by those glowing balls of teleportation. Okay, Undead Lich. Do those glowing balls of teleportation even work on heroes? Or are they like, Shido's Banishment that doesn't? Okay, that's what I was thinking. I felt like they were really nuzzling my heroes and not doing anything, so it felt very strange. So if you don't need Strength of Honor, Ravager, what do you usually use for skill 8 on a Soul Twist? feel like I heard coins drop. No, let's just let him walk back. Why is Spirit of Shelter over there in the lava? Well, that is whatever it is. This does really good regen at +6. Okay, time to kill the Undead Lich a second time, because he gets free full HP. Or something. I mean, eventually he'll succumb to a bunch of energy surge. Now I'm beginning to think I should have brought Aneurysm on somebody. Just to restore the Undead Lich's energy so we can E-Surge him some more. I don't know if that matters or does anything. A third time? You don't say. Let's get these Hands of the Titans out of here. Hi, Undead Lich. How you doing today? Yeah, probably. Honestly, probably would have been good just to bring a Wastrels on someone. But yeah, I threw Explosive Growth on her, but I don't know if you have any other... Oh, having enough DPS. There he goes, finally. Yeah, well, my experience with this mission usually makes me want more defensive stuff, and I think I may have turned that up a little bit. But I'm happier to get through it than worrying about it. It definitely was an issue in the Lagoon, because you do need to get the enemies down quickly enough, or they will overwhelm you regardless. My main concern is the Rodgort's Invocation, but Soul Twisting does a lot better job of taking care of that than I was kind of anticipating, if that makes any sense. Thank you, King Jealous. Okay, so what do I actually want out of this? Yeah, it's true. I've just had too many attempts wipe to Sparks absolutely wrecking me, so... I don't really... These are underwhelming. Well, it's just well, it's not my party right now. Sure, I could see fallback. None of these are going to be interesting. Why would I click on that? I don't need a bow. There's an argument for just grabbing an axe to have an axe lying around for heroes. Blades. So this is vampiric. These are dazing ones. I don't need daggers. Let's see. Sundering, Zealous, and Vampiric. I'm not a fan of that skin. And I don't need a spear. I have the lightning one. And of course, these are a bunch of death magic staves. I wish some of these greens were a little bit more unusual or something. Because I'm really happy with my Eldritch Staff, honestly. And then I have, like, this one, which is more energy. Oh yeah, this is the talisman that I trade in for a thing. And then I have this lying around if I want that, I guess. Yeah, there's a Spirit of the Forgotten. And I have a Smiting Stick for some reason. This is a sort of... I want more of a 40-40 set, not a whatever those random things are. I think I might just grab the axe for hero use. Just because free axe. I don't really care about most of these otherwise. I can give it to like Koss or something. Okay, I don't need to stand here and listen to all of them yammer. Okay. Warden Ecker, I believe, is the one I talked to for this. If the pathing works. I think Koss is currently using daggers, but I'm going to rid him of that notion real quick. Written evidence. Look at my copy of Flameseeker Prophecies. Yes. Thank you for the pile of plat and the several skill points. Where is Xandra? Xandra is just this. Shelter, Union, Displacement, Armor of Unfeeling, Spirit's Gift, Soul Twisting, Boon of Creation. This was in the template. Yeah, I didn't know if it would be at all useful because of all of the Fists and Hands of the Titans running up into the middle of the group. And I didn't really have a better option immediately in mind. So... Yep, Major Communing. Let's see. Where is... That's right. I wanted to give Koss this axe. So he can axe some questions. Ho ho ho. Okay, I feel like the next major thing I want to go after is Eye of the North stuff. There's a bunch of that to do. Knights, you say? I don't think that's exactly popular for a reason. I'm getting this message that Koss needs to reduce the damage he takes or something. He's actually using a knight's piece in his chest. That's funny. You know, I'm going to salvage this earth wand. That's what I thought. What did I get a decayed ore emblem from? You know what? Why not? I'm going to throw these knights insignia in Koss's legs too. Apparently I get to keep that for some iron ingots. That's fun. Okay, Bodrus the Outfitter. I need to have a talk with you. Actually, let's talk with Angel first. Wanderers. Yeah, Major Absorption is not going to be worth anything either. This is just going to go to Bodrus. I should always grab a Stone Fist for a warrior. For some reason, I always like to put it in the gauntlets because that's what they originally came in. Get him a Strength rune. An Axe rune. And an Absorption rune. Axe and Strength. Okay, Bodrus. I need to... I kind of want to do his stupid quest. Just that way it stops being in his... like, messing up his dialogue thing. Okay. Yes, that was going to sell. Let's do that. Let's do this quest so he stops having the stupid thing. Besides, I need some of those outposts, so let's get those. Xandra's going to be overkill for this area, so I'm going to drop her and grab General Morgan, Zenmai, because I enjoy Zenmai. Grab Acolyte Sasuke. And how about Pyre Fierce Shot? Yeah, whatever, I'll have him do that. Nope. I'm going to look at Acolyte Sasuke in a moment, but I can tell you right now he's not going to be doing whatever it was that he was just doing. Do I want to keep him Deadly Arts? Because I could give him Disrupting Dagger. That doesn't seem important here, though. I can give him Death Charge. That seems more useful. Here, have a few points in Shadow Arts just to make that mildly better. Cyclone Axe is a good choice. So I'm going to go with that. Cyclone Axe. Decapitate. Like, Decapitate is just like... Why? That's my feeling on Decapitate. It's just, why? Do I want to give him Rush? I'm going to give him Sprint. I'm feeling Sprint. Eviscerate. The question is Eviscerate actually a good idea in an area where enemies are likely to die so quickly that it's going to be hard for him to actually build up the adrenaline for it? Not sure on that front. You know, Morgan gets us around faster. That's his job. She makes things dead. That's her job. Okay, Acolyte Sasuke, your job is also to make things dead. Are you actually still using this random spear? You are. And this atrocious scepter. You know what? I'm kind of... You know what? You know what? This is a terrible plan, but I'm going to leave him using that because I feel like it. And then Mind Burn is really good against this stuff. Conjure Flame and Fire Attunement. Sure, Healing Seed is useful. That's useful. Signet of Rejuve is useful. I'll bring Cure Hex because there's going to be a lot of hexes. I'm just... You know what? Let's drop Protection Prayers. Yeah, let's use a terrible enchantment instead. Because it's silly. I feel like it. Man, Orson of Healing, such a weak skill. I'm gonna drop on Heaven's Delight. Okay, well, whatever. That's probably over preparing for walking to the Ascalonian settlement. The heck does Muro have? Oh, Warren Kryta. Yeah, not gonna grab that yet. I do not need to start Warren Kryta shenanigans just yet. Hey, thanks for the follow. I don't have anybody on aggressive, right? Riddick, what are you doing here? Okay, I don't really care about your random quest. Nah, I already have Ascalon. I'm going to the Ascalonian settlement, so I'm not going to Ascalon, but I'm going to Ascalon adjacent. Hi, Meltherin. Yeah, because so Bodrus the Outfitter has a quest to deliver something to the Ascalonian settlement, and he's like, hey, could you take care of this for me? And we're like, sure, we can take care of this for you. So I'm going to take care of it for him, because I'm tired of having him have that quest, because it makes shopping in Lion's Arch really annoying. Sure, we'll go with that. I want to reduce a click for shopping is really the answer, but ooh, I wonder if these Tengu will drop me some feathers. I could go for some feathers. Hey, there's some feathers. No. Wait, this is target other ally? Why is that target other ally? I don't know. It's a mystery. There are an awful lot of Tengu here. I feel like you could do some really inefficient feather farming here with the right build. I assume. I assume it's inefficient feather farming. I guess I don't know that for sure. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Because there is an awful lot of Tengu. It'd be a lot easier to farm them than the ones up in Mineral Springs, that's for sure. I'm gonna need a new salvage kit soon. Hey, 3 feathers. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Oh, it looks like that started regardless of whether or not I wanted it to. Hi, Peacekeeper Goon. Through you, I believe, is the technical answer. A business in the Ascalonian settlement is more accurate, but I don't need permit dialogue. Let's see. I need to check to see if any of those costumes are dyed so I can clear. I need to apparently advance Warren Kryta far enough that these guys can... These guys aren't here blocking me anymore. Okay, finally we can do something about these stupid Peacekeeper goons. Didn't realize we'd be fighting Peacekeepers, though. Or I might have prepped a little better. No, can't do that to myself. That's not how this works. Here, have this enchantment. Well, I do need to go to Virgin Hot Springs and stuff, so... Yeah, this is the one for doing dungeons? Or... No, that's that one. Okay, I need to do that one too, though. Captain Greywind, I have an incredibly late box for you. See, what I really remember about Captain Greywind was being really excited to get here with my very first Elementalist character, which was my first character. And him being the first trainer I could go to teach me Meteor Shower, and I was super excited about that. That was a long time ago, though. It can be, depending upon how you're trying to do it. The last mission in particular can be kind of rough. They have a lot more competent builds than... Like, both this and Winds of Change have way more competent builds than most of the game. A lot of the game, the enemies have, like, not even full skill bars and all that sort of stuff, so... Yeah, that last one is a doozy. It's quite the challenge. I need to get this character 55ing set. I can definitely see where your mileage would vary some on that. Just want to get down to the hot springs right now. Cry of frustration? Well, that's rude. I feel like, for me personally, I found Winds of Change to be a bit more challenging, but... So that's interesting hearing somebody else's experience being different like that. Scout Melthorin has an interesting skill bar. Yeah, let's get these guys out of here. Ooh, we have a monk boss with Smite. We don't have a monk boss anymore. That is a lot of... Yeah. Ravager has a lot of experience, especially with the top-end PvE stuff. It's not always what I want to do with the game, but I certainly respect the knowledge and understanding that Ravager has. I enjoy doing, like, more silly build craft type stuff. A lot of the time. And that definitely can get me into trouble in some of the harder content. Sure. Melthrin, what is going on with you? I know I definitely have the skills that I am preferential towards and stuff like that too that are not necessarily always the best options or things like that. Or sort of my experiences from back in the day are not necessarily the same as what's good per se in the meta these days and stuff like that too. Like players have figured out stuff more. And it's a more solved environment, if that makes sense. Yeah. Mesmer is way too strong. I prefer Elementalists in the lower level areas just because you get really high damage numbers on a lot of those. But the fact that armor goes up and stuff, and like, yeah, Mesmer's super, super ridiculously powerful. The fact that in the high level stuff, you have a lot of enemies having really high armor values is part of what also exacerbates the problem. Because it means Elementalist damage has a hard time competing with Mesmer damage. Attunement Rune is reasonable. Those are not worth getting anything out of. I'll grab the Attunement Rune. I don't know if there's a rune trader here, though. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, Domination Magic is extremely powerful. Mesmers have really good damage with Mistrust and E-Surge and incredibly powerful disruption effects. And fast casting also makes their skills recharge faster, which is a bit ridiculous. What missions do I need to get bonus on? Ice Caves of Sorrow, Iron Mines of Moladoon. Thirsty, which is difficult. I have a bunch of this. Bloodstone Fen, yeah, that one I need to go into without stuff. Divinity Coast, I need to look stuff up for that. And then I haven't really done most of these lower level missions, so maybe I should do some of those at some point. I'm kind of wanting to get the Protector title, is what I'm looking at there. Let's see. Yeah. Mesmers just chew stuff up. It's pretty ridiculous. Let's see, I still need to do that. Unfortunately, I only have about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes I can go for today, so I need to think about how long some of this stuff is going to take. Is there a rune trader over here? Yeah, there is, right over there. You take this attunement rune. Thank you.
Why are you here?
To sell you this random stuff. That would be why I'm here. Okay. Now I feel like I have some... Wait. I need to go turn this in. I do need to do this one, but it's kind of a long one, so it's like... Okay, so that would be the one I need to do here. Ancient Secrets? Oh, you're right, that guy. You know what, let's go do Raven's Point. I think I can probably do that in what time I've got. I don't think I'm that short on time. Let's see, I need to finish... I need to adjust my party, actually, is what I need to do. For your first, I mean, yeah. A bunch of Mesmers is going to make this fastest. Let's go ahead and bring Master of Whispers, I think. Yeah, he's NP. Xandra. Probably don't need a second monk with Xandra. But I might want a little bit of some support. Actually, arguably I should go grab Razah and turn him into a Mesmer. Yeah, Xandra Soul Twist. Let's go. Where is Embark Beach? Well, I mean, I'm right here, so I might as well turn Generous Horde into Zenshu. Thank you. Divinity Coast. Well, okay. I need that because I'm going to be redoing it later to try to get the bonus. Millennium Travels. Ugh, I'm like the furthest point from Millennium Travel you can be. Let's just grab Acolyte Jin for funsies and Rias for funsies. Sure, that'll work. Wait, which one is this one? This is Canthan Travel, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, I like the idea of this outpost so much, but it's so awkwardly arranged that it just kind of... Yeah, let's go with Punishing Shot. Sure, that seems like fun. And then you're doing a bunch of, like, defensive, offensive stuff. I need to bring... Yeah, that's exactly it. It's way too spread out. I'm going to replace that with Gaze of Fury. Where is Gaze of Fury? There it is. He's doing some sort of weapon build. I don't even know. Elonian Travel. I need to go to... Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't know if I've... Like, this character has beaten Nightfall because I turned in the book for that earlier. So I should be able to get to... thing. Place. Stuff. You... Yeah, take me there. Master of Whispers is an MM. Yeah, that's right. Doing that infuse thing. Probably a little silly, but... There you are, Cormier. Yeah, take me there. I need to unlock Gate of Anguish so I can go talk to... Which one is it? It's this guy. Okay. Now I need to go to Abaddon's Gate. And check builds. I'm definitely not going to keep my own build. These guys are all fine. You... I mean, this is a way of dealing with conditions, I guess? It's acceptable. Xandra is that... Oh yeah, I should replace this with anything useful. What is anything useful in this case? Probably... You know what? Yeah, let's just go... Necromancer. Drop a few points out of spawning power. Not that many points out of spawning power. Just toss on an Enfeebling Blood. That'll work. Use a bunch of interrupt stuff. Use a bunch of whatever the heck this even is. Warmonger's weapon is an interesting idea, but I don't think I need that in what I'm doing here. We are going to get Razah. You know what? Let's do this. Why not? There'll be spirits around. Yeah, that's the plan. You got it. Let's see. Heaven's Delight. I like having Healing Seed around. I'm going to grab Deny Hexes. I like Vigorous Spirit. I just need bar pushing mostly. You know what? Let's just grab... Oh, no. Let's grab Healing Ribbon. Not the most efficient skill, but pushes bars up real nice. Plural being the operative aspect there. This might mean that I don't have time to go do Raven's Point, but... Oh well. Finding a purpose. I wish to enter the heart of Abaddon. Yes. These waterfalls are very loud. That is all. I don't know what hexes are going on over there. Well, that was rude. It's probably mostly defenders, whatever. Master of Whispers, what is even happening to you? Can we please focus an enemy down? This is ridiculous. Okay. Okay, you know what? You know what? Let's just rezone. Let's rezone. Let's try that again, except with less grabbing all of the aggro at once and more focusing specific enemies down. Because that was the problem there. I think I need some anti-melee stuff. I mean, part of the issue is this this guy doesn't get going until things start dying. And she's got some offensive stuff, so like that's not too big of an issue. I mean, this does some offensive stuff. Yeah, the big issue I think is we aggroed like 3 groups at once and did not have focused targeting. Okay. What's even going on here? Word of Madness. Okay, this area is going to be a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Xandra, you are doing things, right? The real issue here seems to be that Xandra doesn't know how to do her job. Okay. Let me think about this entrance. Yeah, that's probably a good plan. Those groups are really bunched up. Maybe I have too little defense, huh? I'm going to switch to Spirit Light over here. That's what I'm going to do. Like, Do I want to drop a Shatter Hex for an Empathy? I'm not going to bother using Consets. I appreciate the gesture, though. I have plenty if I wanted to use them. Okay, let's just start going in kind of aggressive. Yeah, okay. That's a little better. No. Take out this stupid Herald of Nightmares. That down, good. Now take out this Word of Madness. Yeah, I got too much crap on myself. don't know why I just did that. Take that down. Maybe I need to stop trying to friggin' monk here. Because it's a huge problem if they're not actually finishing enemies off and they're getting them to like 50%. Yeah, better spacing this time for sure. It's difficult to focus on target. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's stupid of me. Where is... I don't need to be a Slayer of Beasts. I need to be Conquering Lightbringer. Okay. Where is Prius? Get rid of that. But yeah, calling targets while also paying attention to keeping my party alive is a bit of a tricky one. Arm of Insanity is almost dead. The fact that I also have to, like, keep on top of... Because I don't want to let the stupid thing resolve, you know? Yeah. You said your main's a Rit, right? Do you usually do, like, more of a Healy type stuff? Or... Because, like, part of it, too, is I have to focus on... on individual skill bars. I feel like soul twisting type build might be a little easier to call targets on, but... Okay, Word of Madness. The Shadow of Fear is almost down. Please finish it. Okay, good. That's down. Now these don't really matter. We just need to get... Okay. Okay, good. That guy's done. Okay, it's going a bit better. Zooming out the camera some helps too. Okay, yeah, Signal of Spirits. I need to do some stuff on it sometime. I feel like I could have a lot of fun with doing some particularly silly things like Ebon Assassin with explosive growth and stuff like that. No. That's the button I need. The minions help create a little bit of a buffer so I can actually pay attention to things. Price is like no energy. Okay, I need to go get those binding guardians over that way. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Necromancer is also strong at very specific things. I still miss the days of not having a minion cap, though. In a very vague, hazy sort of way. Yeah. That makes sense. BIP is really useful. Yeah. Panics the monks and helps the, or panics the healers, I should say. You might not be healing with, monks, but... Pop those. There. Is it just the 3 Binding Guardians? I think so. feel like there's only the 3. Well, that was not an optimal person to target at all, but whatever. Let's make sure these arms don't get their stupid thing off. Okay, Razah. Hi. Yay, the barriers are no more. Yeah, so it was 3. My memory was correct. Well, certainly is a lot quicker if you take those down. That's for sure. No, not Zelix. This guy. Chaplain Eratus. Thank you. Now I can get Razah in here and change him into a Mesmer and go get some more Mesmery runes. Thank you. Abaddon's Gate. Unfortunately, that's kind of eaten up a lot of the time that I do other things with, but it's important. Razah. Wait. Do I have to have Razah in my party or to have to not have Razah in my party? Maybe not have him in my party. Yes, everything is prepared. Cool. Yeah, it'll absolutely help later. Back to the guild hall. And much calmer waters. Okay, where's Razah? Here. Okay, this is the part where I would be told that I should make sure to be getting high enough thing. But honestly, unless superior domination runes have come down from 13k, I'm not inclined to get one. Shocking Ascalonian blade. Now, if this was a scythe, I'd be excited. But it is not. Therefore, I'm not. Yeah, these are already a plat each. No way am I dropping 13. I need 2 of these. Yep, that's good. Minor Inspiration is even more expensive than Superior Domination, which is pretty crazy to me. I'll grab a couple of Illusion Runes just in case I want them floating around. Okay, you did not have one of these. And you get one of these. Yes. Most excellent. So, soup health is 65k. If I'm not spending 13 on a soup domination, I'm definitely not spending that on hero right now. Besides, soul twisting kind of makes those runes unimportant. Oh, looks like my connection just had a hiccup. Everything okay over there? Okay, good. Yeah, like Survivor Insignia has come way down in value as well. Wow, Vitae are just 100 gold. Attunement's way down. Clarity is the only one of these that has any value, but that's kind of not surprising. Recovery is not bad, but yeah, Mesmer runes are just super expensive, just all around in general. or a lot of them are. Prodigies is really, really pricey. Although Night Stalker is also really expensive. Elementalist stuff is pretty cheap. Ritualist stuff is expensive in a couple of spots. Shamans is ludicrously expensive. Bloodstained is expensive. Minor Curses, that's ridiculous. Monk's stuff is pretty cheap. Ranger stuff is really cheap. Most warrior stuff is fairly cheap, except for like Sentinels and Tactics runes for some reason. Windwalkers is fairly pricey for Dervish. Yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing what stuff is valuable. Paragon stuff is all pretty cheap because Paragons are a little awkward to make good use of. Yeah. Anyway. That cleans that up. I want to go back to Eye of the North. I'm going to go there through Kainang Center. Yeah, it absolutely does. Absolutely does. I don't need that where I'm going. I don't know. I'll figure out what sort of build I'm doing later. Breath of the Great Dwarf would actually be really convenient to have right now. Forget where I get that, though. Razah is going to need a proper bar. But otherwise, a lot of stuff is set pretty well. I'm going to need to call this fairly soon, unfortunately. I'm going to spend the last little bit of time I have, I think, over in Pre-Searing. Just wander around a little bit. Pre-Searing. Where I outlevel all of the NPCs. I love this place. It's really nice. 20. I got my title. My Legendary Defender of Ascalon. It was a while ago, but I'm keeping this character in Pre-Searing though, because I like being able to be here and to visit. It gets to be a grind once you get up to a certain point. It really does. Thankfully, I had a little imp friend to help me through a lot of it, but I have a bunch of random runes too. Not like the old days. You are absolutely correct. It is a grind, but it is not a ludicrous grind. Yeah. I would not have gotten a level 20 in Pre-Seer with the death level method. That's just way too tedious. It's over in this little nook. Bunch of bandits, it looks like. Get out of here, bandit. Got your belt. Wahahaha. It's cool that death leveling is a thing, but... Oh yeah, this is like a catacombs entrance, isn't it? Or no, that's Wizard's Folly. Never mind. One of the things that I love about Pre-Searing, actually, is how many enemies are passive. It gives it a really different feel. Enemies ignoring you like this makes it feel more inherently peaceful, and I really like that. Mm-hmm. I love the music here, too. It's super nostalgic for me. A lot of bandits over this way. That reminds me, it's something that I was wanting to look at. Because, this is a random thing that I was observing when I was streaming yesterday. Okay, so where is... it's really hard to get a sense for where this is in relation to the rest of the world, because it's like, the world changes enough Is there anything that's like... Okay, so I was taking that monk into Mineral Springs yesterday when I was going to cap a bunch of skills up in Mineral Springs. By a bunch of skills, I mean 2. And also get a set of armor infused. And I was up in the Lyssa's cave area. And there's those weird bowl things, right? With the... I don't know what you want to call them. Pulsating energy things in them. And I was kind of reflecting, because here's this wizard's tower, right? And this is nowhere at all visible in post-Searing Ascalon. I was kind of wondering if this gets knocked down, and like, if there's any connection with those weird bowls in that cave to this thing at all, and anything that this might be related to. Because I was thinking about it, and like this area, right? If we... What are you... Get out of here, Ice Elemental. This area is geographically pretty close to Mineral Springs. Like if you look at... So let's look at the distances here. And I'll hop on Bodrus, I think, in just a moment to look at this. So right over here is this wizard's tower, right? It's in this location. That's a pretty good distance from Ashford Abbey. I cannot zoom out. This map does not have a zoom out. But if you look at this distance from Ashford Abbey down to Foible's Fair, it's pretty steep. No, not quite 45 off. Like, what is that? Like 30 off or something? But kind of like a straight line from Ashford Abbey down here. So if I switch over to a character that has that area far more explored. Let's just go Lion's Arch. Yes, that's fine. And I come over here. So here's Sardallac Sanitarium. Right, so if I go down and over, Foible's Fair should be located somewhere around here, and the Wizard's Tower, like, over here, I guess? So maybe that's a little far off. But somewhere over here should be that Wizard's Tower, right? And the Mineral Springs Lyssa Cave is, like, over here. So I don't know if there's any connection or anything. I was just kind of wondering about that the other day and thought it would be fun to take a look at that. Because that Wizard's Tower, yeah, should be right in here, roughly. So, I mean, it's a decent ways over the mountains, and because here's where Marcus is, and here's the here's where the seer is. So that cave is right here, right? This is the Lyssa cave, but it's really close to Ascalon. It's really easy to forget just how close this endgame area geographically is to Ascalon. So interesting to think about. This character's done a pretty good job of exploring Tyria. Dragon's Goal is so enormous. Anyway, it's just something I was kind of arbitrarily pondering about the other day. Where is his... Tyrian Explorer title track? Really? Not higher. Oh, 95.2%. Doesn't count as higher apparently on the thing, but that's pretty friggin' high if you ask me. I'm not sure actually if I've done all of the Titan quests or not. I've not done them on most characters. I should do them on more characters at some point. Like at this point, it's like doing the scraping to kind of get the edges of stuff. I actually have an old screenshot with the competitive Isles unfogged. That was a long time ago. Also, this area in Dunes of Despair is ludicrously huge. Like, it's such a big zone for no good reason. There's a lot of updates that'd be cool to have in this game. And ones that make some of that more possible would be kind of cool. I love this song. I love most of the music in this game. Wonder how much in Ring of Fire I may have not uncovered. That looks pretty thorough to me. Yeah, they are quite hard. Those Titan quests. I mean, he's 95.2%, right? He's got most everything. It's just the weird little noodly corners that are missing. It's just kind of how it goes. Anyway, I have stuff that I'm going to need to do. I am doing an experiment this week. I feel like, so I've added Saturday streams, but I feel like they haven't gotten quite as much, quite as many views as I would have expected. So I'm doing an experiment this week and trying out Friday instead. So I'm going to need to wrap up here today. Unfortunately, I have stuff I need to go get ready for. But I will be back on Friday. So until then, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for hanging out. And I will see you later. Goodbye.